Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Bilco. This is their part number RPRS33. This is a replacement handle assembly is what it is, and this RPRS33 belongs to a family of 4 different handle assemblies. They're all the same, and the only thing that really changes, the only thing that changes is just the length of the shaft, in fact. So Bilco has this listed as a couple of different part numbers, and I don't know the reason why. It's known as an SD709-2 and an RPRS33. I can't explain it, why they have different part numbers, but doesn't matter so much. But let's take a visual review. And if you've come across this part number, RPRS33, here it is. So they say that the length of this shaft is about 4 15/16. And what that means is if we could see the shaft itself, because it's buried down partially into this handle, and that roll pin is where this is being held in, about 4 15/16. We get that held off to probably about where it would be. Okay, 4 15/16. This is the handle that will go on the exterior. This is a zinc handle. You'll be able to padlock that into the closed position from the outside. Will include its interior handle with the roll pin partially seated. That will go through that hole that you see there. So the installation is this comes in from the exterior side, through the lid, through your lock body, and that lock body is linked to down below. Then of course your handle. And you can also padlock your roof hatch from the interior side as well. This is going to include a couple of fasteners and a couple of washers, a couple of hex cap screws. You might notice the head on one of them is thicker than the other. That's by design. That thicker head will go over here. The thinner head will go through here where you have these washers acting as a standoff. Okay, that thinner head will go underneath there. Okay. Now let's switch to the screen view where we can take a look at the supporting documentation for this. Okay, so our supporting documentation is here, and it is literally this document that has those different part numbers mentioned. And again, this is the SD709-2, also known as the RPRS33, and indicates our shaft length, 4 15/16. Also dimension A at 3 11/16, which is when the handle is installed onto the unit. What is that length from inside of lever to inside of lever? And I've got my tape measure here, and it is basically 3 11/16. It might be a little bit closer to 3 9/16, but dimension A. So the point of this video is to bring you visual evidence and some dimensional evidence, and to show how you'll go about determining which one to select. And it's going to be exclusively based on shaft length. So if for some reason you have the entire shaft available, you'll measure the shaft length. Otherwise, if you have the parts, you might try dimension A. And the shaft length is indeed the overall length of that shaft, which by the way is 5/16, just typical key stock. Other lengths of shafts have everything to do with the type of roof hatch, meaning the material and the thickness, primarily the thickness of the lid. If you have a 2-inch cover, you're going to need a shaft length an inch longer than the standard. And they have a reference to 2-point lock here. Knowing exactly what 2-point lock they're referring to, again, that's left up to a bit of mystery, because they don't publish bill of materials or an itemized listing of hardware that are used on particular roof hatches, unfortunately. So we're playing detective, I suppose, trying to determine which unit you need, and it's the shaft length that's going to help us get there. Okay. Other subcomponents are listed here. Some of this material is available. Number 4, the replacement gasket. That's not an uncommon item. If you have some leaking coming in, you might want to check the integrity of your gasket. That can usually be purchased. The outside handle alone can be purchased, etc. let's wrap up this video on camera. So, assuming that you have a roof hatch and you're just trying to identify parts, again, the video is to show you what it looks like, give you some dimensions, and hope that you're able to determine from there what you need. And if not, reach out to us. Send us photographs of your unit. Send us the serial number if that exists on the sidewall. They do in many instances. They don't in all instances, however. That key stock is 0.312, 0.313. So yeah, 5/16 is the size of that key stock. Okay. If you have any questions on the Bilco RPRS33 replacement handle assembly, doesn't include the lock body or the strike that would go along with it, or any provision for padlocking. You can purchase an entire lock assembly, but you'll need to be sure that you're ordering the ordering the entire component, the lock body itself, the strike. That can all be put together for you. Now, in conclusion, there's a link below this video where you can pull up, go right to the Bilco manufacturers page in our site, where you can pull up not only all of the Bilco products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to their full product catalog. And again, if you're looking for hardware for your Bilco roof hatch, feel free to reach out to us and we'll help you determine exactly what hardware you need to bring it back to safe, like new operating condition. Any questions on the RPRS33 replacement handle assembly or any other Bilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.